Greetings from Latvia. Brit and I are the first time in this small Baltic nation. Just 1.8 million population. It is at the Baltic Sea. When you look in your maps, you will find it in the northwest part of Russia. Very small country. But we are here for training of church planters, because every nation wants to see and needs to see new churches and church movements. So what happened in the last 2 months? We had an amazing time in Malta. The small island in the Mediterranean brings every year to the Blue Mat consultation hundreds of leaders of the Arab world, North Africa until the Middle East together. And so we were over 600 people, over 600 leaders connecting, planning together. Fruit out of these meetings are trainings we will give this year in Lebanon. Brit and I will be in Egypt, and we see the doors are opening. We train people in Libya, leaders from Libya. We have trained in Morocco already, and so we see bit by bit how we can influence the Arab world for church planting. You know that in the Islamic world, church is not a public place. The Christians have to hide, they're persecuted. So our training of church planting as a house church is a very good and very important tool for them to multiply the groups all over the nation, the Arab nations. So really amazing times. What happened else? We had the Bridge Conference, our Jewish conference. This year it was under the subject from the sorrow to revival, from the Jews to the Arabs. Ron Cantor was a pastor, a leader from Israel, was one of our speakers. And one major point which came out: you can't say I'm not anti-Semite and you hate the Arabs. An anti-Semite is a person who's against all the Semitic people. What is a Semitic people? It's the Jews and the Arabs. And so in this conference, tears were really running down, because we discovered we loved the Jews so much, but perhaps because of the situations in which we live, terrorism and so on, we had a bad feeling towards Arabs, many of us. And so repentance came in, and God, I think, really healed, because we can't love the Jews and hate the Arabs, because our God is the God of all the nations. So very deep, powerful, impacting moment. For the first time in our ministry life, we could go into Switzerland. Could do some church planting training, especially to the national board of the Assemblies of God Switzerland, which is really an honorable thing to do. So in the last year, we could train the national leaders of the Assemblies of God in Austria, in Hungary, and now in Switzerland. We have demands in Denmark and other nations to do so. And so we are really excited about what God is doing in and through us, just in as simple people as we are. You know us. So thank you for all your prayers. Thank you for your financial support, which carries us, which really helps us to go into all these nations. Again, this year, 200 days, just the 25th nation, Sweden, just invited us, and we'll be end of the year in Sweden for the first time. So we believe that it's the day today for Europe and the entire Mediterranean to see multiplication of churches, so that thousands and thousands and millions will find Christ and follow Jesus and have salvation for eternity. Thanks for your blessings. Thanks for your prayers, and see you soon again. Bye-bye.